Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda.
We're the Newcomers. Time once again for Mailbag Monday. You know, somebody wrote an email to us today and said they were 2 years from retirement. I told them it's going to fly by, and then when you're retired, it's going to fly by even faster. And we're recovered from Little Debbie, I'm going to call her. We are so glad that it wasn't worse here in the villages. And of course, our sympathies go out to everybody that had any damage, but I don't know anybody that had damage here.
Right. Yeah, just a lot of flooding in ponds around here, but mostly other parts of the state.
Yeah.
Sarasota.
So it's all, all pretty much back to normal. I think there are 4 or 5 golf courses that have not reopened yet, but the pools are open. All the activities are going on as planned, so we're thankful for that.
Very thankful.
And the ponds did their job.
Yes.
They emptied them with the sprinklers as much as they could, and then when the rains came, which I've had varying reports, but I heard 15 inches of rain over the course of that storm. I don't know if that's true or not.
Amazing amount. And then it rained again on Friday.
Yeah, if you follow us on Facebook, you saw that island green over on the Pensacola course. That's not really an island green, but it was during the storm. So very interesting. Thank all of you that tuned in Wednesday night. We had a live show.
We did.
And that's always fun. We look at that as a bonus for us, that we get a chance to see the folks that took the time to tune in, and we chat with you, and that's a good time for us. So thank you for doing that. Thursday, I want to apologize for that golf cart video. I had high hopes for it. And when I got it back to the house and started processing it, it looked like the stabilization had been turned off. So it was a little bit like that. So I did the best I could with it. But not as good as it should have been. And I've got some good ones coming up for you, and I'm going to triple check that stabilization. So thank you. On today's show, lifeguards in the pools.
Snowflake versus snowbird.
Is there help here for older folks that move in?
And our biggest surprise after moving here.
A brand new bubble wrap.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. On this week's Bubble Wrap, I'm going to show you some simple steps to keep your washer as clean as it can be and maybe extend its life.
And more.
Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
We'd like to ask a favor of all of you. Ordinarily, we come to you through YouTube and Facebook, but a new opportunity has come our way, and we're going to be presenting some short stories on Instagram. Now, we have an Instagram account, and we'll show you what the title of it is right there. If you could go there and follow us, it would help us a lot. We're going to be bringing you some really cool stuff. There's only a few things on it now, but we're going to be adding to that on a regular basis, and we need your help. So, Villages_Newcomers. And you'll be following us on Instagram for some good stuff.
Yeah, we're just getting everywhere now.
One other thing, we've been doing this in 4 months. Let's see, what is it? August, September, October. In 4 months or so, we'll have been here 6 years.
No.
And we've done this show for over 5 years, and we've gone through a zillion questions. So if you have questions, please send them in to our email, villagesnewcomers@gmail.com, and we will answer those on the air. We're looking for some new blood. We're looking for some new stuff. So if you have any good questions, please send them. And by the same token, we can use your viewer video questions, 1 minute, film it in landscape that's this way, and you can ask us questions there, or you can comment, or you can show us your designer home.
Yeah, and we also haven't had a pet of the week. If you have that, a 2-minute video or less, right? Or was it 2 minutes?
We'll work with you, but a minute is about all you can email.
Right.
So, we'll work with you on that. But we do have pet of the week this week.
Awesome.
And it's the cutest little Boston Terrier, 7-year-old Olive. We'll get to them in just a little bit. But we need your questions. We need your viewer videos. We need your pet videos. So mark that down right now. And if you got your cell phone in your hand, go ahead and follow us on Instagram. Let's get things rolling with that viewer video question. This is from our friend, Brenda French.
Hey, Jerry and Linda. It's Brenda French from the village of Dabney. I'm thinking about playing a little golf, but I was wondering if you guys took golf lessons or got a few tips from somebody before you started playing golf here in the villages. I'll see you when I see you. Thanks.
Brenda, that's what almost everybody asks when they come here. How do you get started in golf? The best way is to get professional instruction.
Right.
You know, if you go out with Uncle Bob or your next door neighbor, they're going to do their best, but they're not a professional. A professional can start you from, this is a golf club. This is the grip. Here's how you hold the grip. This is a ball. This is where you place the ball. You know, and take you right through it. She went through it.
Yeah.
And she did it at Sarasota. They have a golf academy there. And you went to a school with Maria?
I did, and it was a great class. You know, she will take a group of you together and instruct you, and we go into the little garage area, and there's a little machine computer that will watch her swing, show you how you do, and it was a wonderful experience. And we ended up in this particular class, just 3 of us. And she said sometimes she takes up to 12. I said, well, I felt really glad that there was just 3 because we got a lot of attention. And so it was a lot of fun. We had it for, I don't know how many weeks we had it, but she gave you a notebook and all the descriptions about different terms in golf, and we practiced different things, and I really enjoyed that.
And she pretty much guarantees you're going to get a hole-in-one afterward. Linda did.
I did.
She got one.
On that course, Sarasota.
So that was really cool. We did take lessons later from another pro. What was his name? Craig.
Oh, yeah.
Craig over there. Now, Craig is great. He is actually left-handed. He gives his lessons right-handed and hits it better than anybody I know.
He was amazing.
It's very embarrassing. So it's there. And, you know, there are several different places where you can hit range balls, and they're building a new one down south as well. So there's no shortage of places to learn how to play golf here.
No.
That doesn't mean it's easy, but there's no shortage of places. When you watched on Wednesday night, you saw we have a couple of grandkids here.
Yeah.
They're still here. They're just angels. They take after their grandpa. And they're being so good and so quiet.
Yeah.
Very nice.
2-year-old and a 1-year-old, and they're wonderful.
Yeah, they're great.
They're so cute, and they giggle and laugh, and they just bring so much joy.
But that's going to end because we're getting ready to head pretty soon up to Minnesota to see our buddy Mike and Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to have good up. In fact, we think we'll probably bring you Thursday's show and maybe a live show from up there.
Oh, that would be great.
So we'll be up there drinking hot chocolate. They had their fireplace going yesterday.
They did, and you know, they sent me the temperatures. It wasn't that cold. I think it was in the 70s and maybe 50s at night. But it's going to be a change in temperature. It's going to be nice.
Well, let's go to our first question. This is from Scrapbookaholic. They ask, are there lifeguards at the pools? The answer to that is no. We've never seen a lifeguard. I don't think there are at any of the pools. In fact, I'm sure there aren't.
There are not. It's posted, you're swimming at your own risk. Parents, stay with your children. You're not supposed to take your children to the pool and just drop them off. Your grandchildren, I mean. And so you have to be, an adult has to be with their children.
There's no diving. And I did see today, I told you, I saw this today, one of those lifesavers, you know, like those buoys that you throw in.
Right.
So they have those there, and I think they have some long poles, you know, you could pull somebody out of the water with. And they also have those handicapped accessible chairs there. It's off topic, but you might want to know that if you didn't have mobility, in fact, we were there when a lady used it not too long ago.
That's right.
She came in and her friends put her in that chair and lowered her in the water, and she had a good old time. So
They did.
that's good. Speaking of pools.
This was from next door. Unfortunately, today, while I was at a village family pool, there was an emergency and 911 needed to be called. I just want everyone who goes to a village pool to be aware that there is an emergency 911 phone there. It is posted on a wall at the pool with all necessary information about your location that 911 needs to know.
Well, that's good.
That's a great tip.
I can't say I've ever noticed the phone. Have you?
No, but I'm going to look for it.
Yeah, we'll look for it now.
I'm definitely going to look for
Try
that.
to show it to you. But yeah, we have pools, no lifeguards, but we have phones.
Here we go.
This is from Julie. Julie says, what would you say was your biggest surprise when you moved to the Villages? Something that turned out to be different than you expected. I was surprised by something that was last week on our show, that they did not have gyms for people, because we belonged at the YMCA back home.
Right.
And you go in and lift weights, run on a treadmill, do laps around the track, or swim in the pool. You know, but here you don't. Here you have to join one of the fitness centers, or you can use the outdoors, as we discussed last week. So that was one of the biggest surprises for me. Also, I was kind of surprised how, I'm going to say difficult, I know it's not really difficult, but to get to the airport from here. There's no easy on to that turnpike. It takes us 20 minutes to get to the turnpike. And then we have about a 40-minute ride to the airport, maybe 45. So that was a surprise for me.
Yeah. The only thing that I was really surprised about is maybe the garbage pickup, because I really didn't realize all about the garbage cans and the whole system. And you know what? I thought I wasn't going to like it, but I really do like it. I don't like having to drag a can back and forth, and it gets really smelly, whatever, but I really enjoy the 2 times a week. That's really nice. So that was a pleasant surprise for me.
Yeah, and I don't know that I gave much thought to the fact that you don't get your mail at home. You guys do a lot more studying about the Villages than we did before we came
Yeah,
here.
we didn't know this one.
We didn't know all this stuff. So you have to go to a central location to get your for my neighborhood, Dunedin, we go to the Dunedin Pool and Postal Station. And I didn't really think about that before I came, but it works out just great. It's not a problem at all. But other big surprises, other than the fact that these are the greatest people you could imagine here. You know, we have been so surprised and pleased with all the people.
And how friendly it is. I didn't realize that you can make friends so easily by just joining in on your neighborhood group parties, your get-togethers at the rec centers, and so you learn so many different people from different parts of the United States, and that's been so much fun.
Yes, it sure has. Now, we don't have a question for this next one. We actually did, but I misplaced it. Oops. And they want to know our favorite memories since we've lived in the Villages. Do you have one?
Just memories is just joining all the clubs and going to all the rec centers. My favorite part is going to the rec centers and joining in, like the bunco. We did bocce for a while. That was so much fun. So that's a good memory for me. We were on a bocce league, and that was just so much fun.
Of course, you know, we've been fortunate with our channel. We've met more people than you can imagine. And every one of these people that we get to know and hang around with, you know, we have great memories of. So for me, that's it. Yeah. It's all the great people that we've met, and through our cruises. I mean, I just wanted to wear a blue shirt tonight, so I grabbed this one. It's from our Caribbean cruise last year. Yeah. And you just got a regular shirt on?
I got a regular shirt tonight.
But a little bit later in the program, we're going to give you a short message from our cruise planners, because they still have a few cabins left, and they'll show you a little bit about that. Yeah. So that's great for me. Those are great memories, those cruises.
The cruises are bringing lots of good memories for us, for sure.
Well, we have more great questions coming up, but now it's time for Bubble Wrap.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. It's probably something you really don't think about, and that is making sure that your washer, either a top loader like this one or a front loader, is completely clean. There's some simple tasks you can do. It'll take you about 10 minutes.
First up, on a top loader, open the detergent door and remove the tray inside. In a sink, rinse the tray, paying attention to get rid of all the built-up soap scum. While it's out, you can towel dry the area underneath where it goes. It's also a good idea to wipe around the rim of the tub. The tub will move slightly to allow you to get to the top. Look at all that dust. Next up, drop a tablet of Fresh, available at Lowe's, into the tub, or you can use, like I do, powdered citric acid. I use 1/2 of a cup. Without any clothes in the tub, close the lid and choose the tub clean cycle. It may be listed as self-clean. On a front loader, find the small access door on the lower part of the front. Carefully use a flathead screwdriver to open it to expose the twist-off filter. I suggest you put a baking pan under the washer to catch the small amount of water that will flow out. Rinse that filter with water and clear out any hair or debris you find. I use a cloth to remove the accumulated gunk. You can also use the same cloth to clean the part of the tube that you can see. Some washers have a small rubber hose here that has a cap on it. Take off that cap and drain the water into a container. You can also run a cloth around the door seal, especially at the bottom. Pay attention to hair and anything else that can clog up that drain hole.
Do these tasks about every month or so, and you'll make sure your washer is super clean, and it'll hopefully last you a longer time. I'm Peter Bernard, and that's this week's Bubble Wrap.
Thank you, Peter. Always finding good things to tell us about. Although I'll tell you how I wash keep my dishwasher clean. I start up here and I wash her here and I wash her here
Yes,
and here.
yes, don't forget.
But those kind of tips not only help you get your dishes cleaner, they'll probably lengthen the life of your appliance.
That's the truth. And you know, we thank Peter so much because he's given us so much to think about. I mean, he's really given great tips. People are now going, wow, I really love to watch bubble wraps.
Well, I mean, it's great. We used to do these things of draining our water heater and installing the but now Peter takes that load off of us, and it's such good help, and he's such a pro. So thank you, Peter.
Yeah.
We appreciate you very much.
And his house must be spick and span, right?
Well, his wife has him well trained.
I can't train this one.
Let's go right into Pet of the Week.
Hi, Gary and Linda. I'm Al.
I'm Kathy, and this is Olive. We're back.
We thought we'd send in a video of our pet to be Pet of the Week.
We would like to introduce you to Olive. She is a 7-year-old Brindle Boston Terrier, and her AKC name is Olive Martini, shaken, not stirred.
And as you can see, she really loves to chase anything that rolls or floats. She was born in Mississippi, and when she barks, she has a slight southern accent.
She's lived in 3 states so far: Utah, Alabama, and Mississippi, and soon to be Florida.
When she gets done chasing things around the yard, she usually just drops anywhere to sleep. She snores, and she dreams of one day being a Bond girl.
We're coming down to the Villages for the entire month of October.
And we're bringing Olive with us. We're going to call her the Boston of Brownwood. We'll see you
when we get there.
Thank you, Al and Kathy, for sending in that video of your cute pup, Olive.
How cute.
7 years old. Really, I used to really like those dogs. I haven't seen one for a good while, but very neat. And you guys look great in your Jerry and Linda t-shirts like this. Super.
Thank you for
thank you for sending it in. And remember, folks, if you have a pet that you like, you love,
Of
you
course
think
you
it's
do.
one of a kind, you think it's the smartest doggy in the world, or
the cat, it could be anything.
yeah, don't send any cats. I'm just kidding. I love cats. They're amazing creatures. Let's get back to some questions. This one's from Lawrence. Lawrence says, my folks are talking about moving to the Villages. They are 77 and 76 years old. I live in Michigan, and I worry that they'll get lost there. Do you think the neighbors will help them get acclimated? You know what? I get that email every once in a while. Mm-hmm. People say, am I too old to move to the Villages? Well, it depends on your level of self-reliance. If you're doing well. We remember back in Indiana, we had that farm in the country, and a couple moved in next to that farm. They had even more land than we did. And they were in their mid-60s at the time, and they, from ground up, built that farm. They're the ones that eventually moved down here, and they have since passed. But great people with that can-do spirit. And if you've got that and you're ready to make a new start, why not? Yeah. But we can tell you, Lawrence, that we had an email or actually it was a comment on our Facebook page from some folks that addressed that very topic. So I want to read that to you. This is from Butch. Now, Butch and Elaine are from Louisville, Kentucky, and they are just great people. And he wrote this in response to something like that. We're the oldest residents of Will Villas in the village of Lake Denham. The rest of the residents in the villa treat us like their parents. The biggest worry our own kids had was that we would have no help down here. After their first visit and seeing how our neighbors watch over us and gave us any help we needed, they then agreed that we made the right choice to move to the villages.
Oh, that's so sweet and
Yeah.
awesome. Good for them.
It's great. That's just,
Yeah.
and of course, they're the kind of people that you want to help. And they're
That's
just
right.
super, super good folks. So,
Yeah.
you know, it depends. I can't tell you for sure that they'll come down here and make it and be happy, but I'm telling you that if they're self-reliant, I think they can give it a go.
Give it a go. Give it a go.
Working through we weren't going to have any mistakes.
You did the first one.
I did.
I don't want to say amazing.
You're amazing. This here blogging is easy. Hey, when are you going to plug your microphone in?
Whoops. Are you
And,
kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, everybody.
Oh, well, what was that you did a minute ago?
I want to go nuts in there.
We got a crying kids. Okay. Are you plugged in?
Not yet, I can't find the wire. I see this part. I can't find the other. Well, I'll take the salty. Oh, I'm sorry. I won't. Click.
And that's,
Excuse me. Are you on? Sorry. This next question is from Zrinka. Dear Linda and Jerry, I'm confused now. I know who is a frog, snowbird too, but who's a snowflake? I cannot figure it out. Help? Well, a snowflake is a person that has moved to the villages but isn't half-time, isn't full-time. They're sporadic. They come maybe 2 weeks, a month, or every 6 months, another week, or whatever. They're just here sporadically. So they don't have a,
good
happier
answer.
here and happier
We
there.
have good friends that are snowflakes, and they come
Yeah.
down as they please.
Yeah.
And stay as long as they please and go back and forth.
Right, just back and forth.
And we use the term snowbird as people that come here for the winter or the cooler seasons and go up north for the summer. But there probably is another term that we should have. I don't know what it is. Larry and Kathy Oggs, who were on our last cruise.
Yeah.
Now, they're not snowbirds because they come
Yeah.
from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Or Nolans, as they call it,
Nolans.
to come here.
Yeah.
So they're not really snowbirds, but they're some kind of bird. We got to figure out what they are. And some people from Arizona come here, in California.
Mm-hmm.
They're not snowbirds, but they're birds.
They fly here. All right. The next one is from Maureen. Jerry, this is actually directed to you. When you go to the Sarasota Golf Practice Center, do you have to pay for the driving range balls, or are they included in the amenity fees?
They are not included in any fees. You will usually buy a token and put it in the machine there. Don't forget to put your basket under there first, or when those balls come out, you'll be doing like
Yep.
some sort of fire drill, and you'll be running around picking up balls. No, they're not included. You buy the buckets, you go out there and hit them. The range is free to use, but you have to rent the balls. And those are floater balls, by the way. At Sarasota, you hit them and they get in the water, and they float until somebody picks them up after they've drifted to shore.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
An employee will come get them
Yeah.
and bring them back and start all over again. It's a lot of fun.
This is from NF. Now, I think that's Nina. I'm not positive. Help me. If y'all would sign your names to your comments, sometimes it would help us, especially if you have an unusual name. I've noticed the salty comments almost, not always, but very often have unusual. Names. But if you sign your names, that would make it a lot easier. NF2885 says, thank you for another interesting show. I was wondering if you could put together a list of your favorite restaurants. Where's Gizmo's Bench? We're coming down in October and we'd love to see it. First of all, on Gizmo's Bench, it's on the Clarendon walking path.
Yeah.
That is just across Highway 44 from Brownwood, near the Clarendon Rec Center. You'll find it right there. After you come out of the golf cart tunnel, you go up a hill, boom, it's right there on the right.
And that's the village of Newell?
Richmond.
Oh, sorry, Richmond.
Newell, way over there.
Oh, no, yeah, Richmond.
And our top restaurants is a very fluid list. It basically depends on, you know what they say, how did you treat me last time I was there? But our top 5, and I conferred with her on this, our Bluefin, I've never had a bad meal there.
Delicious.
Red Sauce is always wonderful, and both of those are a little bit upscaley with the white tablecloths, and it's a nice place to go. And if you're having a date, you can go there and feel good about it. Coastal Del Mar, we did an out and about on 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's good. So that's in our top 5 now. So let's see. Recently, you treat me good. Recently, you get in the top 5. Glenview Country Club. People are raving about their steak night, their prime rib night. I know they've got a buffet there.
I think they have a ribs night.
Ribs. That was it. Ribs night.
Yeah,
that was
Sunday.
it. So Glenview Country Club. Wolfgang Puck Restaurant is at the Brownwood Hotel and Spa. Really good. I love their French dip that I had over there.
I really like that.
So that's a good place. And no list would be good without a Mexican place, right? So Fiesta Grand is the one we have down. You may know one, and it may be just as good. In fact, there are lots of other restaurants that people love that aren't in that top 5. And they could be, and they might be next week. But some of those would be Harvest down in Brownwood. Prima is also down in Brownwood, just like Bluefin. There's some good restaurants in Brownwood.
Yeah.
And Fiesta Grand is right there as well. RJ Gators up in Sumter Landing. It's a happening place. I like it there. Havana Country Club is always good. And like I said, there's others. And there are some great restaurants, not in the villages, but outside. Who are some of those?
We love Oakwood's Smokehouse. Great ribs. And if you're going to go there, we suggest going, Thursday through Sunday? Is the special?
No, just the opposite.
Okay, sorry. Say it.
I think it's Sunday through Wednesday.
Okay. And that is the...
I'm not sure.
Anyway, check on the specials because they have a whole rack of rib for like $15 or $16.99 and you get 2 sides and it's delicious.
It's really good. Good
very
ribs.
Good ribs.
Love
very
them.
good ribs. Kathy's Cotillion down in Wildwood. Wolfie's in Leesburg.
That Kathy's Cotillion is southern fried, a lot of southern food, and some good fried chicken and stuff like that.
Right. Wolfie's in Leesburg. That's just a cafeteria style food. It's good. It's good.
Linda didn't like it. She didn't want. We took some friends there, and she thought, "Oh, let's not go there because it's real." It's like where you go when you're on lunch from the mechanic shop. You go over there, and it's good. I love it. You get a roast beef meal. You can get meatloaf. You can get fried fish. All that good old comfort food.
It was good food, but the only complaint I had about that place was the booths were too high, or the seats were too low. So take a booster seat if you want to, ladies, or whoever's short like me, because you're shoveling the food in right to here. So you need a pillow.
Lollygaggers is on 441. That's outside the villages, but not far outside, and it's really good. And one of my favorites is McCracken's Pub. They were in our top 5, but they're not in the villages, so they're on this list. But those are some places. By the way, I'm working on our website. Brenda is fantastic. You'll see Landmark Designs keeps that up to date for us. And she's doing a map with our favorite and honorable mention restaurants where you can actually click on it, see the name of it, contact information, and that should help you guys out if you're interested in finding out where we like to eat. But, I'm not putting Culver's on there, and I'm not putting Texas Roadhouse on there, and some of these other places that I like to eat. It's time for the word jumble. Last week's clue, the original barn is in Latrobe. Ours is on Buena Vista. That is Arnold Palmer Legends. Arnold's barn in Pennsylvania looks very much like that barn there. And that is a quality golf course. And that's the answer to that one. Today's clue, once they could be seen here in the villages. Now, only on uniforms. I think that's going to be a pretty easy one. If you get the answer, let us know you got it without actually writing it down and spoiling it for somebody else.
It's time for sweet and salty. I'm going to take the sweet, and it's from Pete.
Sweet Pete.
Sweet Pete. Thank you, Pete. This show was a testimony to the effect Jerry and Linda have had on so many people, me included. And I have to say, those bloopers were fantastic. Sue and I were doubled over laughing.
Thank you, Pete.
We have fun together, and we do have bloopers, and there's times when, we're not quite ready on some things, and we make mistakes. We're human, for sure.
We make a lot of mistakes. Sometimes they're not funny, though, so we don't put them in the bloopers because they're just, we're just a mess. But once in a while we have a funny one, so thank you, Pete, very much. Here's the salty. This is from Sue Ann. And we had one very similar to this about 6 months ago.
Okay.
The Villages reminds me too much of the book Stepford Wives.
Okay.
No individual identity. Well, I guarantee you, Sue Ann has not been here. That's ridiculous. There's no, we don't have meetings where we, get read the rights and rules of the Villages and all the ladies, dress like those robotic women. And, no. Silliness, Sue Ann.
That is the truth.
All right, at this point, let's go to our cruise planners. That's Gary and Sabra, and they're going to tell us a little bit about cruising.
Hi everyone, I'm Gary.
And I'm Sabra.
And we're travel advisors representing Jerry and Linda.
And on our last cruise, we had the time of our lives.
From the moment we set sail, our Alaska cruise was nothing short of magical.
Delicious food, wonderful company, and memories that will last a lifetime.
Exploring incredible landscapes and discovering nature like never before.
Now get ready to embark on a new journey, an exciting cruise through the beautiful British Isles.
Discover the charm of ancient castles and the allure of picturesque villages.
Experience breathtaking views and timeless moments with great friends.
Join Jerry and Linda for unforgettable experiences, new friendships, and endless fun.
Come along on the Jerry and Linda British Isles cruise and make memories that will last forever. We have just a few cabins left, so book now.
Well, there you go. If you want to go with us, there's a few places open. We'd love to have you. I think you've already heard how much we get to know and buddy up with the people that go. And we looked at our cruise coming up next. 41 people I counted that have been on other cruises wanted to come back and go again.
That's amazing.
So it is good.
That's amazing.
So
it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, just follow that link if you're interested.
Yeah. It's time for entertainment. Well, this coming up week at the Savannah Center is on August 16th, the $1 Million McGraw Show. And then at the Tracy, now that's the new one in Middleton, tickets are on sale for October shows coming up. And that's the Spin Doctors on October 6th and Plain White Tees October 9th. If you're going to head to the Sharon, you're going to want to see the Lobby Lounge Cabaret. That's called the Significant Talent, and that is August 19th. And then Terry Clark's coming August 23rd. Mm-hmm. So good music and good entertainment coming through those venues. Also a little bit about entertainment. This is not really entertainment. It's just kind of entertaining to me that there are so many people in the Villages that just put themselves out there to do their best to have the most fun they can have. Well, this gentleman in the paper, maybe last week, was named Lauren Anderson. And they had a picture of him in the paper. I don't know if you can see him or not, but he golfed every hole in the Villages. It took him 2 years to golf 847 holes.
Ooh.
Wow, that's quite an accomplishment to golf that many golf holes in the Villages, all of them.
Well, you're right. That's a lot of golf. And some people have learned the system. They're able to play 2 times in one day. I've never mastered that. Or don't even want to master that, but that's what some people do. So congratulations to him.
Yes.
And you might notice we look a little bit different than we did 1 minute ago. Did you notice? Because this is the next day. When I was processing the video, for some reason at that precise moment, we got a lot of static and etc. So Anybody that thinks this YouTubing business is easy, they are wrong.
It ain't easy.
Because it's next day, we got a million things to do. I mean, a million things to do today. We still have the grandkids.
Yeah, we
It's
are.
chaotic here, but
No.
hey, you're worth it.
You're worth it.
Time for shout outs. You know how we feel. We really, really appreciate every single one of you. That's why we have your pictures scrolling on the screen there. And we're thankful that you join us each week. And we have a lot of fun with you. And please keep those emails and those videos coming in. And we'll keep trying to use them.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram now. We're out there everywhere.
Super important. Please be a subscriber. Follow us, and we'd appreciate that very much.
Yes.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of
Mailbag Monday.
Well, we're heading for the big, it's not the big white north, but we're heading north.
We are. We're heading to Minnesota to visit our
And,
friends like Mary. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I think, like I said, we'll probably have a live show from up there, and we'll
yeah.
probably put our Thursday show on from up there. So I hope you'll enjoy that.
If you liked our video today, please press that like and subscribe button and share it with all your friends. Until next time.
See you when you get here.